Man, Brennan Marion beat the sleeves off of Weber State in 2025 at an FCS level, 55-27. So that had me thinking, man, I wonder what we're going to do in Boulder when we drop 80 on them. Listen, he had Weber State tight. They was ready to chunk them. They was ready to get after it after the game. That's just what it was. That's what a good old bruising will give you. Now, they put up 55 in inclement weather. It was raining. They really had to lean on their power run game. But they ran for almost 400 yards. In today's video, I'm going to do a live reaction to Sacramento State football and Go Bus TV. Go like, comment, and subscribe. So let's get straight into it. I ain't going to hold you guys. Appreciate y'all being in here. Let's get straight into it. So now, if we go to the screen here, salute to Sacramento State TV. Salute to Go TV. This is Brennan Marion at Weber State, who, if you don't know, we have Weber State on the schedule. It is scheduled to be one of our lighter games of the season. I ain't even going to hold you. It's supposed to be one of those statement games. We're going to put up 70 to 80 points on Weber State. Easy call. You give Brennan Marion an upgrade to a power 4 level, faster receivers, better offensive line, better group of running backs. You thought 55 was a lot? How about when we go ahead and drop 70 on them? So we're going to do a live reaction here. I'm going to break down just some of the schemes and the play calling and what we can actually see against Weber State. We hang. Appreciate y'all being in here. Let's get straight into it. You already know we starting off early today, baby. Let's get to it.
100% ball security will blow these boys out.
Can't even play that. Let's run that back. Boy.
Running backs run right through him. Okay, are we good on that? The simple details still win the game. 100% ball security will blow these boys out.
So, as you can see, rainy game. He's not afraid to get down and dirty and go with a power running game. The question is, are we ready to have a power run game in 2026 as Colorado football friends? Let's see what it do. Can't play all that music, my bad. Let's get that off the screen real quick. So that's my biggest concern for this season is, are we ready to see a power running game? Are we ready to see 400 yards of total yards, 100 yards from the quarterback rushing, 300 yards from running backs? Are our receivers prepared to have games like this where we might score 60, 70 points, but it might not be through the air. It might all be on the ground. You dig what I'm saying? Say no more. Let's get back to it. Let's bring that back on the stage. All right, say no more.
He's got it! He's got it! He's got it! Get it! Hell yeah! Corner to the cloud.
So again, you can see already in the Go offense establishing the quarterback, taking him off the edge. You see the wide receivers out there stock blocking. Quarterback just took a thumping right there. I ain't gonna hold you, but this is Colorado's mobile quarterback Williams, who ended up having over 130 something rushing this game. You could just see smash mouth football, getting upfield with a mobile quarterback. Who do you like for Colorado running that this season for us? Could it be Sweetwine? Could it be Julian Lewis? You like Wilson getting in there? Again, using the more mobile the quarterback is in the Go offense, the more effective it is. That's Ernest Campbell, our FCS transfer right here, coming over from Sacramento State. But again, as you can see, heavy RPO with the running back. You could just see we just marched up the field, quarterback design run plays, right? These are the things that we could see in 2026. We're going to take what the defense gives us in 2026, and that's the beautiful thing about the Go offense. It could be a game where it's raining, it's snowing, the games that we talked about when it gets later on in the season, right? When it gets later on in the season, it's snowy, it's raining, we can't really throw the ball. These are the design plays that's going to get us to those victories and those blowouts that we need. Controlling the clock. You just seen them run 3 to 4 design quarterback run plays and scored a touchdown, right? Say no more. Again, if you're just joining us, this is Brennan Marion, head coach for Sacramento State last season, where they beat Weber State to 27, right? And this was a statement game because for us, this is probably the easiest scheduled game that Colorado has on the schedule this season on paper. If Brennan Marion put up 55 points, you see it's raining. You see right here, it's a rainy game. It's an ugly game. We're going to experience some of those cold weather, stormy games, right? If we can see Brennan Marion put up 55 against Weber State with Sacramento State, what you think we putting up at Colorado? Better running backs, better offensive line, more time to scheme. Is going up. I ain't even going to hold you. If they put up, he had these boys, they was so hot after the game. They was ready to chunk them. I ain't going to hold you. Appreciate you guys being in here. We're doing a live reaction to Go-Go TV. Brennan Marion scored 55 on Weber State last season with an FCS school with Sacramento State. So imagine if we don't put up 70 to 80 with Colorado, I'm off them. I ain't even going to hold you. Say no more.
Yes!
Score Sacramento State 14.
Right.
Oh my God.
Again, we've seen one design run so far, right? I'm going to let this play again. Again, we've seen them throw the ball one time on 2 drives already, right? So this goes to the philosophy that we've already been talking about with Brennan Marion. He wants to be a tough, physical team up front and establish the run. Lit, simple. RPO quarterback keeps it. Mobile quarterback, he's out of there, right? So if we already know if Weber State hasn't improved their defensive line, we are going to run the ball on Weber State until they stop us. You see Brennan Marion right here, right? Let me. If you guys are just getting in here right now,
Right.
again, pulls it, gets upfield.
Oh my God.
Wide receivers blocking. Yes, sir. Again, you see the offensive coordinator, former Sacramento State head coach, new offensive coordinator Brennan Marion played Weber State already last season. Put up 55. It was a cold, rainy game. You see his quarterback Williams was able to go over there and handle business. Let me share some stats with you guys from this game too, real quick. Let me share some stats with you guys. Listen, check this out. So the quarterback Cardale Williams had 12 carries, 139 yards. Jaquil Smith, we got Jaquil Smith over from the transfer portal. 17 carries, 135 yards, 2 touchdowns. Rodney Hammond Jr., 15 carries, 106 yards, right? The quarterback averaged 11.6 yards per carry, scored 3 touchdowns against Weber State, right? We ran for 397 yards against Weber State, but we didn't. Sacramento State did. They averaged 7.9 per carry and 7 touchdowns. Listen, Brennan Marion ain't afraid to put that thing on the floor and run the ball. And I know that might be an adjustment for us coming from Colorado being more of a, it's been a pass-heavy school during the Coach Prime Deion Sanders era. We understand that. First, with the first season, we barely even ran the ball. We tried to run the ball, but we barely established. Second year, we might have maybe a 400-yard rush or so, but we really aired it out. Shador threw for 4,000 yards. You already know. Heisman Trophy winner. But this season, I really feel is going to be the first season we see a ground game established. And it might not be the type of Colorado football that we're accustomed to, but it's the Colorado football that we need if we're going to establish playing some winning, controlling the clock football, smash mouth football, especially when it gets late in the season. In games like this, when it's stormy and rainy, we got to be able to establish the run. We just seen the quarterback already 2 straight drives ending a touchdown with a quarterback running the ball into the end zone. So who do you like being that mobile quarterback for Colorado if it gets to these tough rainy games where we got to run the ball, we can't throw it, the winds are 15, 20 miles an hour, and we got to play smash mouth football? Who do you like then to jump in here, be the running back, and run this go-go offense? Get that triple option, get that RPO going. Appreciate everybody being in here. If you can get a thumbs up, we're doing a live reaction to Go-Go TV. Brennan Marion put 55 on Weber State last season, so imagine what he's finna do with Colorado. Say no more.
Hey, we gaming. We gaming. Yeah. We gaming.
Hey, we gotta go do it.
Sure. Didn't even have my mic up here. Again, that's Jock Will Smith you're about to see right here. This is Jock Will Smith. Came over in the transfer portal with us. That's Cardale Williams, a very mobile quarterback right here. You see Jock Will Smith comes over playing on Colorado this season, knows the go-go offense. He's a bruiser. I know we think of Jock Will Smith to be more so like a scat back, but Jock Will Smith can get his pads lowered and get busy. I'm gonna show you right here. Let me see what it looks like. Inside zone power right here. Just following his lead blocker right here. Jock Will Smith, about 5'11", 5'10", but he got speed, but he can run in between the tackles as well. I ain't gonna hold you. The first person doesn't really take Jock Will Smith down that easy. I ain't gonna hold you. So you kind of see Jock Will Smith at the end of that play kind of lower that boom a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He's getting acclimated to that weather and that altitude out there in Boulder. But again, you just see power running game. That's Jock Will Smith again. We're not afraid to put it on the ground. Of course, do your dance afterwards. But again, we've seen one run play in 3 offensive series so far. I mean, 1 pass play in 3 offensive series so far. And if Weber State, I don't know, I don't think they got that much better through the transfer portal in the D-line. I ain't gonna hold you. That D-line is gonna get demolished versus Colorado. Let me tell you that right now. It's over with. I don't think they got that much better in the transfer portal, meaning on the defensive line, and our defensive line is way better than the Sacramento State defensive line. So we're going to run the ball, and we're going to establish the run. Of course, we should be able to see Weber State in a way more, it's not raining, it's raining, it's pouring down rain. If we get Weber State with some sun, dry weather, we might put up 80 on Weber State. I ain't going to hold you. I've just been taking a look at their defense. Not it. I'm not worried about Weber State's defense. I'm not going to hold you, but this is one of the tougher games. I mean, one of the easier games we have on schedule, so I want to see them come out. If Brennan Marion dialed up 55 with Weber State running the ball, with everybody we got on offense, the tight ends, the wide receivers, the speed we have, it should be one of those Alabama versus D1 AA school scores, 84-7. And I want to put 84 points on the board. This is a highlight reel game. Get your highlight tapes ready. I want to see a great combination on the ground and through the air, especially if we get good weather, bro. Yes, sir.
Looking for tax help?
Hold on. No, I'm not. All right, let's get over here again. So, boom. Again, what we're seeing is Colorado, bruh, if we don't put up 84 points on Weber State, I'm telling you right now, their defensive line ain't it. They cannot stop us, especially with our running backs that we have, DeKaylon Taylor, Michael Welch, Damian Henderson, all the boys that we're bringing back next season and who we added through the transfer portal, Richard Young, Damian Henderson. We got Cam Newton still coming in from high school. Bro, it should be a field day. We should go close to 600 yards of total offense. It should be close to 600 yards of total offense against Weber State, bro. I ain't even going to hold you. How everybody doing today? Hold on. Let's get to this halftime speech by Brennan Marion right here. Let's get to this halftime speech. How everybody doing today? How was the weekend? You know they back in Colorado today, so you know we back later as well. We back for the double pause. We back for the double whammy today, bruh. Yeah, we back. We here in the morning, 10 a.m. in the morning. We back at 6:30 tonight. Already seen they got practice right now in Colorado, so we going to be back tonight to go over that footage whenever Well Off or Reach the People Media drops. We right back in there. I ain't even going to hold you. For sure. Salute to everybody. What's the word, y'all? For sure. Yeah. But, so if you're just getting here for the first time, appreciate you guys being in here. This is Brennan Marion at Sacramento State. We do have Weber State on the schedule this season for the Colorado Buffalo teams. It's one of our easier scheduled games. I'm not going to hold you. It's one of those games. If Brennan Marion put up 55 on Weber State with Sacramento State at an FCS level, we got to put up 84. Let's get to Brennan Marion's halftime speech. This one, he was the head coach for the Sacramento State last season. This last season that just passed from Brennan Marion. This is not 2-3 years down the line. Let's get it. Say no more.
In a playoff game, we're fighting for our lives. Amen. We are not here to talk, play games, do anything other than beat the hell out of these boys, win, right? Take a picture after 50, go 1-0, get on the plane, shower, and get on the plane. We are on a mission right now. Okay? We know what we have to do. We know that they're going to call the dumb stuff, so just let it go. It does not matter. It's bigger than you, and it's bigger than Weber State, what we're trying to accomplish. Okay? So let's finish the mission. Let's cut the head off. Offensively, keep taking care of the ball. Keep putting the ball in the end zone. Keep playing violent. We good? Yeah. Let's get it done. Hey, take the ball away. Defense, take the ball away. Champions on 3. 1, 2, 3. Champions.
Again, toughness, physical, what he wants to establish on the ground. We understand the Go-Go offense is predicated off of being tough, physical, up front, dominating yourself. This is, I'm telling y'all, bro, this is what they're telling everybody, fam. This is what we're going to need heading into 2026, bro. We got, when it gets to these cold weather games and we get into that tough Big 12 schedule after Texas Tech, this is exactly the time when we got to be physical up front. We got to establish a run game. We got to be able to lean up on our front. We got to be able to lean on that offensive line in our run game. Go out there, get these, put it on the defense, 6-7 yards of carry, and control that clock. And let's create tempo. Let's create tempo. That's the other thing we have, right? We're going to create tempo. You know what I mean? Say no more. Appreciate everybody being in here. If you can get the thumbs up, we're doing a live reaction to Go-Go TV. This is Sacramento State football last season when Brennan Marion put up 55 points on Weber State. So imagine what Colorado, if we don't put up 80, I'm off them this season. I ain't going to hold you. If we don't put 80 on Weber State, I'm done.
Oh, good cut.
Head off. Head off. Offensively, keep taking care of the ball. Keep putting the ball.
Again, just domination up front, literally. Just domination up front. That's what we're seeing right here, especially right out the gate. Next drive is what we're seeing, domination up front.
1, 2, 3. Champions.
Oh, good cut. That was a good cut. Come on, with us. Let's go.
I don't really want to see the winner. Yeah, they was turned. They was beating the sleeves off them boys. I ain't gonna hold you. Getting belt like that, that's embarrassing. I ain't gonna hold you. You gotta stay in the game, but they was getting leather belt. Looks like that's the running back, Rodney Hammond Jr. He was also the starting kick returner. So that should be Q for 6 next season. That should be Q for 6 coming up. For sure.
That was Jackson.
We can already see Weber State has holes in their kickoff team. Quentin Gibson, let's take one to the house. Let's get one in there. Let me see. That's Jacquil Smith again. Let's see here. So we already see. Let's see what that kickoff team's looking like. I ain't even going to hold you. Their kickoff coverage, trash. I ain't even going to hold you. We should be able to get one to the house with Q for 6. Yeah, their kickoff team didn't even want to be out there, bro. I ain't going to hold you. So, again, we should be able to get busy on kickoff return. We might see Q for Weber State might be the game. You see Q for 6, get one, break one, lose. They kickoff team, trash. They didn't want to play. That was light. That was a cakewalk to the end zone. I ain't even gonna hold you.
It's all good. Get another one. Get another one, X. Get another one.
Again, the final score ended up being 55-27. Again, I'm going to take you back over to this screen. Again, if you're just getting here for the first time, Sacramento State beat the sleeves off of Weber State 55-27 last season, the quarterback, right? So that's what I'm looking for. And this was a weather inclement game though, right? So the weather really, they had to lean on the run. It was rainy, it was windy. So again, their quarterback only threw the ball for Sacramento State 9 times last in this game. He ended up running the ball 12 times for 139 yards and 3 touchdowns. Jacquill Smith, who came over with us to the transfer portal, had 17 carries for 135 yards and 2 touchdowns. And then Rodney Hammond Jr. had 15 carries for 106 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a kick return, right? But you go over to the receiving game, right? One reception for 25 yards. Ernest Campbell had 2 receptions for 17 yards. There's going to be some games where we just got to get, let me see. They scored 27 points, though. Let me see what they were able to do. Chauncey Sylvester had 17 for 83. We ain't worried about him. Our defense is going to put belt on Weber State's. They threw for 157 yards in the rain, though, but I don't expect them to be able to do that at Colorado. Appreciate everybody being in here. If you're just joining us for the first time, Brennan Marion put up 55 points on Weber State last season at Sacramento State at an FCS level in the Big Sky Conference. At this point, this like the midway. He was 3-3 on the season, so I don't know if this game took them to 3-3 or took them to 4-3. I think 3-3. But Weber State is one of the easier teams we have on paper, technically. Because we play 11 Power 4 teams. But again, I like if he put up 55 at Weber State, I ain't even gonna hold you. I love our chances of getting to 70 or 80 points with Colorado. Say no more.
Another one.
Again, simple football from Jacquill Smith here. Get into the short boundary side of the field. You know how Brennan Marion on that go-go offense likes to get to the short side boundary of the field. That's why you need guys out there that can, the receiver runs him off right here. And what? We kind of seen that in practice already too, right? We kind of seen the wide receiver runs off the DB. They don't even know it's run. And now I don't know how much Weber State got better in the portal, but if that's the defensive line or maybe a slight upgrade, they got better in the portal, they're about to get a leather belt. I ain't even going to hold you. Weber State is more of a known for a hooping school anyways, right? Think Damian Lillard, think, bro who came over. They came out, they had them, they was sick, they was ready to fight. Look.
Now we finna take a picture on that 50. Come with us. Come on.
Hey, hold on. I got to pause it on his face right here. That's when you know you're getting belt. Anytime you see a player looking like this, they just got the sleeves beat off them. So I guess after the game, they went to the 50 to take a picture on their 50. I get it. Nobody wants nobody to, come on their field and score 50, take a picture on their field. I get it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I ain't even going to hold you. Getting 50 dropped on you at home, that'll make anybody want to fight like this. I ain't even going to hold you. That'll make anybody want to choke them like this. That was crazy. They was sick. They got 55 dropped on them. Bro wasn't having it, though.
They had a chance to be physical. They didn't want to do it. They didn't want to do it during the game.
Hey, if anybody comes to Boulder and takes a picture on the 50 on us, I'm off. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm off them. Yo, Willie G, what's good? What's happening? I wanted the safety from Sacramento State for sure, Roger, for sure. Georgia Tech said they were going to whoop us last year. Why they take them seriously? For sure. What up, Duncan? What's the word? Let me see. They talking we don't have D-line to stop their off. Who? Weber State? Ain't no way. I know. Oh, you must be talking about Georgia Tech because Weber State got that leather belt. Where is Georgia Tech staying? Man, we gonna let the pads talk, bruh. Let me see here. What's the word? What's the word? Georgia Tech's talking spicy. It's at home this season. Hey, it's at home. I know we ain't got no Haynes King to worry about this season. So that takes a little bit of pressure off me from last season because he put the belt on his last season. I ain't gonna hold you. What's good? What's the word, fam? I saw that. I'm definitely ready for Georgia Tech. What up, Trust 52? Mendoza going to start for Georgia. They might be a more balanced team. Yeah, it ain't Haynes King, the ACC Player of the Year. That's all I know. For sure ain't Haynes King, bro. If it ain't Haynes King, I'm not too worried about it. I'm not going to hold you. But Haynes King, what he did to us last season was tough. All right, let's see what Brennan Marion had to say in the locker room after a 55-27 shellacking over the Weber State Wildcats. This past season too. This ain't 2-3 years ago. This is this past season that just passed. So he has a history with Weber State. He really put 397 rushing yards on them. Quarterback ran for 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. We have a way more balanced attack in Boulder. We have the skill players. We have all conference. We have Balintikov Award watch list receivers. So I do expect a more balanced attack from us. But we know one thing we can do against Weber State is come out and run that ball on them and score at least 55, but I want to see 70 to 80 put on them for sure.
Hey! Listen, that's one. Yes, sir. Get your mind on the mission. Get your mind on the mission, not the bullshit. Yes, sir. We don't need to do a Weaver. None of that matters. We got the dub. We're good. Let's move on. Let's go get another dub. Yes, sir. We good on that? Yes, sir. Love y'all. Love y'all. Dear Lord, thank you for getting us out of this game healthy. We appreciate you.
That's definitely what I want to see more of this season too. I want to see way more victory formations. I want to see more than 3 victory formations at the end of these videos for us next season. You know what I mean? I want to see 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 victory formations, 12 victory speeches talking about how we went out and executed the plan. We had plenty of what we coulda, shoulda, woulda did last season. You feel me? We got to hold that. That already happened. We got that out the way. We had enough post-game speeches of what we coulda, shoulda, woulda did last season to hold us for another 2 seasons on my time. Real talk. I want to hear more victory formations, more what we could did. Stay off of social media. Don't get into the back and forth on that because we got to talk with our pads. You know what I mean? Let your pads do the talking. You know what I'm saying? So I see a lot of similarities between Coach Brennan Marion and Coach Prime with, post-game with their speeches. Stay off the bull jive, right? Stay off the junk. Don't let nobody out here, trick you out your position. Don't go on the social media saying no crazy stuff. We don't need none of that going into 2026 at all. Like, let's let our pads do the talking, bro. Period. Point blank, right? Let me see. Yeah. All right, for sure. Let's get back to the stream right here. But again, if we're looking at, right? Again, are we ready to see this in 2026? Are we ready to see there could be games where our receivers ain't getting that ball like that? We running. They ran up 300. They ran the ball 50 times and had 397 yards and 7 touchdowns, right? Controlled the clock. You know what I mean? That's what I don't mind that. Me being a Colorado football fan, I don't mind if we come out and have these type of stats. 1 or 2 games, 1, 3, 4 games. I really don't care. As long as we're winning, this is sometimes for a great balanced football teams, you're going to have games like this where the run game's just going, they can't stop us. Hey, if it ain't broke, why fix it, right? Let me see somebody for Weber State. Chauncey Sylvester, I don't know if he's returning to the team, but he had 4 for 54 in a tug. All right, look like Chauncey Sylvester's decent as far as Weber State's receivers. Damn, Chauncey Sylvester did it on the ground too. So it looks like their running back. Looks like Weber State got a running back named Chauncey Sylvester. He was their offense. He was their total offense. He had 17 carries for 83 yards, and he had 4 receptions for 54 yards and a touchdown, 2 tugs. So is he coming back? Let me see. Is Chauncey Sylvester returning to the Weber State? Let me see here. Yeah, looks like they got their running back returning. Looks like he didn't hit the portal. So, yeah, this looks like one of their top offensive players returning. This might be, a star, a highlight guy we might have to worry about. I mean, we better put belt on Chauncey Sylvester. That's all I know. I ain't going to hold you. But this looks like the guy who really was able to put up some production against Weber State. He had 4 4 receptions for 54 yards and a touchdown, and then he had 17 carries for 18. So he looks like a dual threat running back. Chauncey Sylvester, number 5 for Weber State. So we got to put Gideon, ESPN, LaFoe. We got to put Boo, Carter, Randon, Fontenette, Nathan Mitchell. We got to get them boys rallying to the ball. I don't know if Sylvester returned. I don't know. That part, I'm not sure if he actually returned to the team or not, but he's on their roster. So he's on ESPN's roster. So appreciate everybody being in here. You can do a thumbs up. We're going to be back tonight too. It's a whole lot going on today in Colorado football. We're doing double coverage today. I decided to come on in the morning, tap in with the fam, see how everybody's doing, get a warm up, and we will be back tonight at 6:30. We're going to be going over the Colorado football highlights and whatever other news is popping tonight. What y'all think about Michigan last night taking down UConn? I knew Michigan was going to win. I thought UConn played well. I think if the 3 ball was falling for UConn, they might have had a better chance. But all right, let's get back. Let's see what Brennan Marion. I think this is a prayer. Let me see.
We love you. Have safe travels on the way back home.
This is the Regina Suite.
I don't know what he just said. That was crazy. I ain't even gonna hold you. And then all right, let's get here. But yeah, I don't mind. Chris Algo, what's the word? I don't mind running game. We need run game more than pass game. We need to run down in time, keep defense healthy, and wrestle all season. Absolutely. A complete kind of switch from like the Pat Shurmur approach last season. It was more of a run on first down, run on second, pass, or it was run on first down, pass, run on first down, pass. I feel like, we're going to see a lot of more quarterback draws. We're going to see a lot of more running back draws. We're going to see a lot more predicated from this run game for sure. Absolutely. But nah, I agree with you, bro. I don't mind running the ball neither, especially in 2026. I actually think that's what we need. I think that's exactly what we need is a healthy run game and to be able to establish ourselves up front, because these Power 4 teams that we're going up against this season, bruh, it ain't a cakewalk. Let me say that much. It's not a cakewalk, especially some of the defensive fronts we're going to see this season. We got to get physical. Little bucket, spring game going to be lit. Nah, for sure. And I'm definitely looking forward to seeing a spring game this season with a Chris Marv emphasis as a defensive coordinator, what he wants to see, and then what Brennan Marion wants to see on offense. Looks like, we're doing a lot of things differently this season. So I want to see what the spring, I know we went 11-on-11 last season, then we went into some 7-on-7, so I wonder how much more, if it's going to be a more revealing spring game or if it's going to be more of a like laid back, we're going over base concepts of the go-go, base concepts of the 4-2-5, or if they're introducing the 3-3-5. So I definitely want to see, I'm definitely excited about our personnel though. I think this is a great time for them to get to, be able to show off what they have. That's a great point. Let me see here. What's the word? Let me see. Spring game recruiting list is fire for sure. No side Rogers. We got some fellas showing up to the game. Hey, that's what we're trying to do. We trying to lock guys in right now. This is not a 1-year thing. We trying to establish the dynasty. We trying to establish, you got to get them 5 stars in here, bruh. We got to get them back in Boulder. I ain't even going to hold you. Where is that on this one? Boom. All right, cool. I'm going to go over to the Central Arkansas game too. Let me see. I'm going to see what they did against Central Arkansas as well. Let me see. I think that was a great game for them as well. Let me see how much they put up on Central Arkansas and just see how much of the offense that they show from Sacramento State against Central Arkansas. Let me see. Oh, yeah, they put belt on Central Arkansas, 45-16 for sure. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yes, sir. What YouTube channel is that press conference coming on? For sure. Yeah, hey, this the first. Hey, I've been waiting. We've been waiting on this for sure. What channel they gonna be showing it on? Let me know. I'll get over there for sure. Let me see here. Two. All right, this is Central Arkansas. You see Brennan Marion over here hollering after Central Arkansas coach. So this is Sacramento State versus Central Arkansas. They ended up beating them 45-16. So, newsflash too, right? So, here's something, you know. That's like their third string running back right there too. So he don't be, when he talks about everybody get some carries, you know, that's the first string running back right there, Rodney Hammond.
Touchdown!
So when Brennan Marion talks about spreading the ball around and giving everybody touches, that he ain't capping on that. But I ain't gonna hold you. That's something I wanted to talk about too, right? He started off last season for Sacramento State, right? Rough starting. Bruh started off kind of iffy, you know what I mean? He lost the first two at South Dakota State, only put up 3 points. At Nevada, only put up 17 points. So again, you know I keep it real on this channel. Okay. All right, the press conference is on. Let's see where it's at. Hold on real quick. Let's see. It might be on is it on Colorado? Let's see. Coach. Let's get over to the news conference. Let's see. I don't see anybody on right now. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Buffs TV.
Big 12 team in 40.
All right, we're going to do a live reaction of Buffs TV, Colorado football spring practice media availability. Go like, comment, and subscribe to Buffs TV. This will be a live reaction, so I will be pausing and giving my commentary throughout. So let's refresh it real quick so we get you live.
And only
Say no more.
Occurrences over a 2.9 in the record dating back since 1996. Zach, Yo-Yo, Ben, Gage, Salter, DT, Hakeem Williams all appeared.
I blew it. That's crazy. I blew it. Wow. That was horrible, bruh. Hey, bruh. Hold on. I ain't gonna hold you. I blew it. I blew it, bruh.
That may have had this pleasure, may have gotten a greater opportunity, may have seen that the grass.
The AI note taker.
Well, I blew it. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna get us right. I'm gonna get us right, bro. Oh, my cursor is going crazy right now, bro. Hold on. Let me get that out the way. My fault, y'all, bro. My fault. I ain't even gonna hold you. Let me get it right. All right, we back on, baby.
This summit on Friday for most high school coaches here. Junior Buff Spirit Clinic and Field Day for younger fans. After the spring game, we will have post-game Meet the Buffs on the field for autographs and photos from the players as well. Winter sports skiing finished second. Love my skiers. Wish I could do it. I'm only 8 toes down. No.
I'm weak.
Played in the Crown basketball tournament, almost beat Oklahoma. Women's hoops played the NCAA tournament.
Right.
4th time in the last 5 years. Track hosted.
Looks like he's just going over, you know, looks like he's just going over, you know, some of the Colorado football, you know, some of the other sports in the Big 12 for Colorado. He's just bigging up the other programs right now, talking about what they got going on. I mean, that's news. You know, I'm really more concerned with he's talking about men's golf and the women's golf team. You know, Coach Prime's gonna always shout out. I know, bruh, tough, bruh. I ain't gonna hold you. Well, you already know, say no more stream, bruh. All right, we're doing a live reaction to Coach Prime's press conference for CU Buffs Colorado football program. Let's get it. Looks like he's about to answer some questions.
Which is cool with me. We're not going to be provoked to comment back or to say anything ignorantly back. I wish those guys the best. One thing that I could comfortably say, some people came here that you didn't know of, and when they left, they had a name. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud that they were able to earn more than they earned here that could help their friends, family, as well as loved ones, and could help themselves. So I'm happy with that. We're still in good relationship with quite a few, but you got to understand, some young men play the victim, and that's not the case. We try to treat everybody here with utmost respect and professionalism, and I hope we've done just that, as well as treating you the same way. But we would not engage in back and forth with any former players. In our aim is just to really please, support, encourage, motivate, and really prepare our men that we have.
Yeah, I like that. I like how he take, Coach Prime's always going to take the high road for sure, as you're supposed to. And I'm just a big advocate where there's three sides to every story. I'm gonna keep it real. There's the coach's side and what they seen as being a former college football player. There's things that the players see too that they didn't agree with the program. It's a three-way street. Everybody has their truth, and respectfully, it's everybody's program. Everybody has a different story for why they left, though. Some people left for money. Some people left because they wanted a better position coach. Some people left because they liked a better scheme somewhere else. Everybody left for different reasons. Not everybody can leave to go get a bigger bag, in my personal opinion. Some people do play the victim. Some people are telling their truth. Some people might feel like this school is doing better. But the fact that you ain't got to speak on your previous school, I agree with that. You ain't got to say nothing. But if you do speak your truth, who's that to say that's not your truth? You know what I mean? Just like Colorado has their version of the story, the player has their version of the story. The position coach there's three sides to every story, right? Yours, mine, and the truth. So we'll see. Salute to everybody who moved on. Best of luck to them. But at Colorado, we ain't talking about the former school. Say no more.
On campus for the next phases of their life. Let's go.
Hi, Coach. Good to see you. I hope you're well.
Amen.
Now that we're 13 spring practices in, what have been some of the constant things that you've been pleased with, and maybe some things that need to get fixed up as you guys move?
One thing at a time. Both coordinators are exemplary. I mean, these guys are good. They're pushing the envelope. What they're doing creatively, what they're doing structurally, I like it. And what we have special teams is a team effort.
Right.
We have some really good coaches that you guys may not know, that all of them may have had a stint somewhere, whether high school and college, in assisting, especially with all the support staff on special teams. So we have a team effort, offensively and defensively, in certain special teams. Kickoff return may be an offensive thing that the offense may handle, as well as punt. Punt return as well as kickoff may be a defensive thing that the defense will handle, and you guys understand field goal and extra point. So I like the collectiveness of it. I like the understanding of expertise that we have from the whole staff, and it's a full staff buy.
So right now, if you're just getting in, he's tapping in with the new offensive coordinator and Brennan Marion, Chris Marv and Brennan Marion. He's answering questions at the media availability. This is a live reaction to CU Buffs TV. Colorado football. Go like, comment, and subscribe. It's Colorado football spring practice media availability. And appreciate to everybody who navigated me over here. I ain't gonna hold you. I was in my bag on some other stuff, but Coach Prime press conference, say no more.
So it's not going to be blame on one guy that sits there that has to utilize the rest of the staff to support his special teams. That's a full-fledged buy-in, and I like the way we're handling it. Next question.
Hey, Coach Louis Barrow with PopStampede.com.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, thank you. For Saturday's spring game, I know there's been some injuries, but I was just wondering if you had a format idea or a structure of how that was going to run.
We're going to do it like we've been doing it.
Okay.
Probably going to be out there an hour. We're going to do the best that we can.
Okay.
We have picked teams and split teams up early in the spring. We may coincide with that so you could see teams, so you don't start guessing and thinking. I'm trying to prepare you now. So if this team wins the toss, this quarterback is going out first. So don't say, oh, he's the starter. Like it's teams. We have teams. So that's how it's going to be. And they did a good job of picking their talent.
Yeah, well, that just answered the question. Looks like they're rolling with the black versus gold teams. Looks like they're going to go about an hour for the spring football game. That kind of answers some of my questions. I thought maybe we would see something added a little bit more, maybe something that Brennan Marion wanted to see from how they did things at Sacramento State, or maybe Chris Marv wanted to do something from Virginia Tech. But it sounds like he said not too much is going to be different. They're going about an hour. They're going to do a coin toss. whoever you see, if Wilson goes out there first, if Sweetwine goes out there first, it doesn't make them the starter. We know Julian Lewis is still the starter. We got it. Say no more. Say less. Let's get it.
All the different leaders from each team, they did a great job of picking talent. They had a whole draft, and it was intriguing.
And secondly, I know Pro Day was last week. I just want to know if you want to comment on your players and what you thought of the event.
I'm happy, elated. I got an opportunity to talk to the scouts beforehand, and they asked me about a plethora of players, including the upcoming players that could possibly be coming out this year.
Say
That was
less.
good. I like what many of the guys did. You know, many of them came back in phenomenal shape. I wish they'd have been in that type of shape when they played here, but they came back in phenomenal shape. I don't understand that. Like, you got a whole season to work out in the train, then you go somewhere for 2 months and you give it your all. Like, I don't understand. I really don't understand that. Like, you should have gave it all for that stuff that's on the film. You know, you got 12 games on the darn film. That's when you give it your all. But God bless him. We'll learn.
Yeah, he basically said some of his players came back in better shape than when they were in Boulder. I'm weak. That's crazy. All right. Say no more.
We'll learn from it. Jack, my man.
Jack Harlow.
I'm waiting on you. Okay, next guy. Sorry. Brian, go on.
Hey, Coach. Brian Howell, the Daily Camera. I have a couple questions for you.
Mhm.
Now that you're in year 4, you've seen what this looks like when it's really good, and you've seen, like, last year the team wasn't as good. How do you assess this spring? Like, when you're seeing, like, how does it compare to what you've seen in the last few years?
Interesting question.
You hate to kind of compare.
Yeah,
You
it's
hate
tough.
that, but help me with this, Lord.
Yeah, come on now. Come on now. Spill it.
I'm trying to say this in a real polite manner. I think we've gotten better everywhere, starting with me, in understanding what to go get, what we have, how to mature it, how to develop it, as well as the staff that we have. I think it's tremendous. I think you guys are really sleeping on the staff and what they bring to the table.
Absolutely.
The different components of it, and especially all the new guys that we brought in.
Right.
We have 2 new coordinators that have a track record of really doing well.
Yeah, so you see, he always takes accountability on himself. He's not just going to throw nobody under the bus. There's a lot of stuff that he could say right now that he feels, how he feels stuff took place last season, what he's seen. But he's not going to say it. He's not going to throw nobody under the bus. He's going to say it starts with me. I could do better. And he's not going to say it. He's not going to say what he wanted to say right here, because that's what a great head coach does. You know, you put it on your shoulders and you move on. There's a lot he could say, but he's not, right? So salute to Coach Prime, always taking the high road, bro. Salute. Say no more.
And I'm happy with what I'm seeing from the young men that we've chosen, from the staff, from the support staff, from everything all the way around. I am elated. I don't want to clap with my feet just yet, but
that was crazy.
Feel really good about what's going on. When we letting them in? Thursday? Thursday. So you guys get a shot if you're available on Thursdays to see what's going on.
Second question for you is the last few years, obviously there's been a spring portal period. You guys have added a lot of players after that, after that portal period. This year you don't have that. Is there
Thank
good
God
and
we don't
bad
have
to
that. Thank God you don't have that, because now you really know the hand that you're dealt.
Right.
We have couple high school players. I think we got a couple guys coming in from junior college as well. But basic.
Yeah, clapping feet was crazy, but salute to Coach Prime. I ain't gonna hold you.
Develop it right now and over the summer. So I love the new rulings from the NCAA. I just hope we stabilize it and keep it that way in this format. I like it. I think many coaches do.
Right.
Because you know what you have. And I like that. I like to know what we're going to be playing with.
Yeah, a lot of guys like that too. And then it's not, no, I get here, I can't compete, I can't beat somebody out, so I'm going to hit the portal. Now you chose to be here. They probably told you up front, hey, you're going to compete for a job. Nothing's being handed to you all across the board. I truly believe in college football. Competition is the best way to prove who you got. It's the best way to prove who you got because you never know what you got until you put them underneath the fire. So I like the new rule too. You can't hit the portal. You can't leave. If you here, you stuck with us now. Appreciate everybody being in here. If you can hit the thumbs up, we're doing a live reaction of Buffs TV, the Colorado football spring practice media availability. This is a live reaction, so I will be pausing in commentary. Say no more.
Round Schools from Ralph Report. Got a couple of questions for you. First one is, it's been about 4 months having Fernando around as the new athletic director. Kind of in that time, how has your relationship with him evolved and grown?
I think he's a great guy. I think filling those multicolored shoes that Rick left is tremendous. But he's doing a good job, and they're working together cohesively, which is very important and very vital to me. But we've had a multitude of candid conversations.
Yeah, I just heard Brian Howell say his question. I want to say that was Brian Howell. Yeah. Yep, I heard Brian Howell. And then where's my boy from Buff Stampede as well, right? That's not Brian Howell. It's Brian Howell, then the guy from Buff Stampede, and there's my guy from On3 as well. I covered their page. They just did a video this weekend, too. That was pretty dope. You guys should go check it out.
And he's doing his thing. He's showing his face. Everybody's getting to know him.
Adam. Yeah, correct, Adam.
All different head coaches, as well as the players from all the different teams. And he's doing a good job of blending and understanding how things are done here. He's doing a great job to me.
And then second question is just on the offensive side of the ball specifically. I know there's been a lot of coaching changes, both sides of the ball, but watching Coach Marion come in and kind of install his new scheme and his
looks like they're about to tap in with Coach Marion and the new scheme right here. Appreciate everybody being in here. All right, we're doing a live reaction of Buffs TV. I got to pause and live reaction because you never know. Big 12, Colorado, they be tripping sometimes. So I definitely got to pause and keep it a reaction for sure.
Offense, what has that been like for you to witness?
Well, you got to be excited about it. The main thing you got to be excited about is the production that he's had in college football. He's averaged well over 30 points a game, and that's the threshold that you all know that we want. When we scored 30 points a game, we were pretty successful.
Right.
But just his personality, as well as Marv, their personalities and their relational, they're so relational and transparent to the players that it gives the players a certain peace about themselves.
Right.
They're in their offices at all times. They're always.
I think we've seen that so far, right? We've done so many reactions to Chris Marv and Brennan Marion and what they're bringing over as the new offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator. First of all, Marv's energy and his eyes are crazy. That's number one. He definitely coaches how he practices. And with Brennan Marion, we got younger, more relatable. We talk about his go-go offense, of course. It's renowned in college football. He's coming from a winning program, 7-5 last season, leading the FCS in rushing, breaking several other records. And who Brennan Marion is a recruiter as well. The ties he's going to bring and help boosting the recruitment. But salute to Coach Prime, bro. I got to drop something for Coach Prime because he addressed things from last week and he switched it up. He did things, that's how you know when things are headed in the right direction because you've seen the changes. He went and got a new defensive coordinator. He got a new offensive coordinator. Salute to Livingston. Salute to Shermer. Best of luck to them. When it was 2024, they did their thing. Last season, down season. Hey, it happens, right? So the fix, though, what do we do about it? Do we sit here and just act like everything's all bad? You got life goes on. The Big 12 goes on. People got better. Portal players come in, go. Like we got a season to go, and clock is ticking like this. So he's talking about his coordinators now, how they're relatable to the players, and you can see that in just the energy and the speeches that they give. Right? It's like a coordinator and an offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator should be able to run the team if the head coach isn't there and they don't miss a beat. It elevates the level. And I like Marv's guys who he brought in, and I like Coach Chris Marv's guys, and I like Coach Marion's guys he's brought in. They're an addition to the staff for sure.
Movement and players coming and going, and I like it because they're straight up. I don't have to do the yelling. I don't have to do all the yelling. Like they're handling things the way they're capable of handling things, and I like what I see. I really, really adore these two coordinators, as well as the staff.
Hey, Coach.
How you doing, sir?
Gazette. A couple questions for you. First one, the broad one.
Who's that?
Big pardon?
You said first one. What was the next? I didn't
First
hear.
one, no, a broader question.
Oh, broader.
Has building this program been harder than you expected?
I'm not going to
Looks like the question was, has building this program been harder than expected?
say that. We made some tremendous mistakes at certain positions that derailed us a year ago. The first couple of years, we had stability at those positions that highlighted us. So
what positions do you think he's talking about right there? He said the positions last year that derailed us. What positions you guys think he's talking about right now? Let me know in the chat. Come on now. You would say no more. Let's talk. Well, hey, what was he talking? Who was Coach Prime talking about? What positions derailed us last season? Say no more. I would say D-line, and I'm going to say cornerback, corner and D-line, and linebacker. Quarterback. I don't know. I don't know. Let me know in the chat. I'm going to say D-line, corner, and linebacker.
We learn quite a bit of not just talent, but understanding mentality. And mentality is something that we targeted. It's something that we sat down and interviewed and made sure not only the young men, but the parents had that type of mentality, because the parents play a tremendous role in these young men's lives.
Facts.
Second one,
defense and
you
quarterback.
mentioned your satisfaction or appreciation or whatever the right word is
Okay.
for young men finding better opportunities for themselves and going elsewhere. How do you balance that with the challenge of building what you're trying to build here?
Well,
again, the question is, he encourages guys, you never know. Coach Prime seems like a very personable coach. And if you go back and watch my videos, there's a lot of stuff that happened last season. He wasn't new to this, bro. He knew what was going on. He's seen guys start shutting it down last season. It wasn't such of a surprise to Coach Prime than to some of the fans who just didn't understand football and redshirt years and agents and shutting stuff down for the next season. There's a lot of stuff that goes on internally that if you're not tapped in or you just don't see what's going on. There was a lot of stuff that went on that Coach Prime knew what was up. He knew guys were dipping. He knew guys were shutting it down. Some guys might have caught him by surprise that hit the portal, but for the most part, there's a lot of guys. Sometimes they're encouraged, and some guys are pushed to the portal, and some guys, they don't have a fit no more with the program. Some guys leave on their own. Some guys said, I had enough. I'm done anyways. Y'all ain't got to push me. I was out the door anyways. Peace. It's mutual. It works for both the player and the coach, because I'm pro player as well. I'm pro player. I'm pro organization. I'm pro coach, but not everything goes on the players. Not all the players' fault, and it's not all the coaching staff fault. There has to be accountability. I'm going to keep it real here. So, but he's a big advocate for, hey, you might be able to get paid over here. We might not have that money for you. So I believe Coach Prime has, encouraged guys, hey, go get your bag, man. Hey, that's not something we can do. You might be a better fit for here. You might have more money out this way. Very personable coach, and he don't want to see nobody. He don't want to see nobody doing bad. Hey, go do what you got to do. Whatever works best. It just not be here. We're doing a live reaction to Colorado football press media. CU Buffs TV. Say no more.
If someone is satisfied and didn't want to be here, do you really want them? You don't want them here. But I'm happy as a man, African American man, that
Mr. Perry's in the building. We gotta drop a bomb for Mr. Perry in the building. If you know, you know. How you doing, Mr. Perry? What's going on? Say no more.
these guys, white and black, are moving on to greener pastures, so to speak. You hope. Some of the young men I talk to frequently, some we don't. But I'm happy for all of them for a multitude of reasons. That I always want progression, no matter what. I want you to progress and to have that pie in the sky, if that's what you think it is. I want you to have that opportunity so you don't place blame on anyone. And I like that.
That's a great point right there. That's kind of what I just said though right now. Like Coach Prime, if you hit the portal, hey, it's best of luck. salute to you. And I feel like some guys are probably more close to the program. He didn't expect for them to do that. He wanted them to stay around and be like, bro, I got this. Trust this with us. But they got agents now. Some of these are young guys. It might not be them more so want to leave the portal. A lot of the times, it's the agents that's pushing these guys because the agents want a piece of that bread. The agents want to get paid too. The agents want some of that cheese.
But I love also the multitude of men that we had coming in that had to have this pleasure somewhere else that wanted that same opportunity here. I'm really elated about that. So everybody's dealing with the same thing. Some people may have more money to go shopping than others.
Facts.
But I'm happy about it. I really am. You got to understand, some of these kids you didn't know till they came here. They came here, stabilized themselves, made a name, and they moved on. And they did their thing.
Yep.
How can I be upset with that? I'm not upset with that. I'm happy. That's the American dream, isn't it? That's what y'all do.
That's business, and a lot of players saved us last season too. A lot of players made plays when we weren't making plays on the field. So I agree there too. I feel like it's a two-way street. As a former player, I came here and helped y'all, and you guys helped me. But if I'm making plays on the field, that's what y'all brought me here to do. So I'm supposed to make a play. I'm supposed to be productive. And some guys, we probably didn't know about them, and they got there and they shined. And before that, they might have been a 2-star, 3-star. They earned there, and then they moved on. So I understand what Coach Prime's saying there too. Again, I'm always pro player and pro coach. You know what I'm saying? So some guys came there. I did what I was supposed to do because, maybe y'all just didn't know I was like that, but I was really like that. And then now they got tape. Now they can move on. And then some guys, they knew who were like that, and they did what they were supposed to do and moved on too. So yeah, that's a great point by Coach Prime for sure.
Yeah, but you got to be built for that. That's part of the deal. It's part of the plan. You're not they keep a young man for 4 years now. Just watch the draft.
Facts.
I think every quarterback in the darn draft, didn't they transfer?
It's like that.
like that's where we are now in college
Facts.
football. I can't be upset about that. It is what it is. We just got to make the best of what the hand that we're dealt.
Yep.
And I like it. I like the hand that we're dealt. I can't be upset with that. Like when we get our butts kicked, we did that. We made those mistakes. We did that. It ain't y'all. That's us.
Sure.
We gotta right our wrongs, and prayerfully don't make them again. My man.
Good, Coach.
That's always a great point from Coach Prime. Always stands up as a man, always takes accountability, always doesn't make, because that's what great players do. They don't make excuses, bro. They don't go out here and say this and that. They just, when Coach Prime Deion Sanders played, man, he wanted to embarrass you, bro. He wanted you to know I'm him and there's nothing you can do about it. And that's the kind of reflection of a team that he wants, especially this season. And I feel like last season, there was just a little something that, Coach Prime wasn't a reflection of what he brings to a program, which is confidence, pop it, walk it, talk it. You know what I'm saying? So there was just a little, but that salute to those young men, though. It's not an indictment on them. We don't just throw them under the bus and run them over, throw it in reverse, back up, run them over. Nah, it happened. And taking accountability and saying, hey, that's on me. We played the hand that we was dealt. That's what you want to hear from a great coach. So salute to Coach Prime. A lot of people won't do that too. So salute to Coach Prime and big up Coach Prime Deion Sanders, because there's a lot of coaches around college football that won't do what he just did. They won't take accountability and stand up and be a man. It's always this person and that person. If I had this, more money, more budget, more collective, more NIL. You know what I'm saying? So salute to Coach Prime. We're doing a live reaction to Buffs TV. Say no more.
Carlo.
Jay.
See, how you doing, Coach?
Good. Moving on up like the Jeffersons. They even putting your picture up there now, right? When you
on the 24/7.
Yeah.
He's ready now. The pitch. Cracked him out swinging.
All right. Nope. Have not got to the Boo Carter news. I was having trouble just getting this. I ain't going to hold you. This stream I ain't going to hold you. The button was acting crazy a little bit earlier. But nah, I'm going to have to restart it. Yeah, transferring is part of the game for sure. Didn't get to the Boo Carter yet. No, not at all, bruh. I ain't got there yet. We getting there slowly but surely. All right, we back, baby. Say no more.
That shows leadership. That shows that we chose some guys that are used to being in front. And we have some young guys, especially some young corners, that came from winning programs. Like they were winners. So they've experienced the understanding of winning.
Facts.
And we like that characteristic inside the locker room. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, I see on my screen we got a whole. I don't know how many. Oh yeah, we got about maybe about 6-7 minutes behind on the lag. So if you're just getting here, we're about 6-7 minutes. If he finished the interview, we're about 6-7 minutes behind. I ain't tripping. I ain't got nothing to do. We in here. Say no more.
Hey, Coach, how you feeling?
What's going on, boss?
Not too much. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
I wanted.
You've been sitting over there the whole time, and I'm talking about you.
He just walked.
Oh my God! Did I talk about him badly? I'm glad, because I didn't even see it. I don't even look at the room. I look at right here.
That sounds like Scotty Proctor from DMVR. He got a very peculiar voice. That sounds like Scotty Proctor from DMVR.
Oh, let's go.
Coach, I just wanted to ask you about Boo Carter. I know that's somebody that like you've known him and his family a long while now. Now that he's kind of here in the building, what's it just been like being around?
I like Boo. We had a candid conversation on the field last week about playing multiple positions. Boo is arguably the best athlete on the team, as well as play corner as slot, return kicks as well.
Facts. You can put a period at the end of that. He liked that.
Do multiple things. I put him on the corner the last 2 weeks because I want to see him do his thing.
Like outside corner.
Yeah, it ain't but one corner. It's just only outside corner, isn't it? I never seen
like slot.
I'd have said slot. I'm sorry, but on the outside corner, and
then I put. Hey, he's still looking for that blood. We've been seeing the footage. We've been breaking it down in the lives. He's had the best technique, the best form out of any corner we've seen. We see how he shades inside. We see how he's patient. Great cornerback coach from Tennessee, Boo Carter. Yeah, bro. Hey, don't be so. Hey, that's why I like when everybody in the chat, when everybody saying they don't show us everything in Boulder. For sure. I never said that they didn't, but it's stuff like this. Coach Prime wants that lockdown. He wants us. He wants somebody straps. Say no more.
Which is no such thing, but I wanted to see him play there because in history,
say less.
I don't see them say at slot chosen in the first round. This such. Yeah, I don't see that. So I want him to have a chance to exhaust himself.
Hell yeah.
Not only at the corner position, the slot position, as well as safety. He can do many things, and I want him to do all those things that he's capable of doing so that his draft wealth accelerates. He's that kind of kid.
And then I'm not trying to get you to talk about another program.
I like that.
Him specifically, like how much do you think a guy like that can just benefit from just like a new environment?
So it sounded like Boo Carter, he's trying to help with his draft grade because if Boo Carter does everything he's supposed to do this season, should hear his name called in 2027. So expect a lot of things unless he wants to stay and help boost his draft stock a little bit more. But if Boo Carter does what he's supposed to, as well as other several players on our team that have an NFL draft grade going into 2027 and 2026. So it looks like he's just trying to expand his draft profile. Say no more. And help the team.
He chose to come here for a reason. And we're happy with his choices. We're happy with him being here. We're going to take full advantage of that and prepare him to be the best that he could possibly be. That was so polite, wasn't it? God, that was polite.
Hey, Coach, Pat Graham, Associate Press.
What's up, my man?
How you doing?
Good.
I think next week is a year since you were diagnosed with cancer.
Oh.
And I guess my question is, how does that maybe change the way you viewed things on the field and in life?
Tremendously. It's not like I'm going to bake a cake and celebrate that mess, but I thank you for reminding me as well. I'm happy, man. It did change my outlook on certain things in life.
Yeah, we know Coach Prime dealt with that cancer last season. He beat it. He's looking healthier. Got him a nice woman over there. Got him some new season, new 2026, new blessings. So salute to Coach Prime being healthy. That's, bro, if you ain't never been under that surgery and dealt with all that, bro, that's a lot to do. And bro was back Coach Prime was back within a week of surgery, back on the field. That's a tough guy right there. Salute to football players. Always tough-minded, tough guys in life general.
I believe I enjoy life more. I believe I try my best to experience more things. I try my best to really be the greatest father that ever walked with 8 toes. My kids are
8 toes is crazy.
You think you all know that. And I try my best to give them the type of attention and time and affection, protection and correction that they may need and want. What's the day? Tuesday?
Yeah, Coach Prime's a great father for sure. Salute.
Today? That's right. Yeah, my baby girl is going to be close to me. So I'm happy that she's going to spend her last year basketball in the state of Colorado somewhere. And I'm elated about that. I'm going to take her to
yeah, I think Bossy, this is her third team too, right? Then she started at Jackson State, then Colorado. Then she's at the school she's at right now. It looks like she's coming back towards Colorado. So, yeah, that portal, baby. Get that money. Get that money. That NIL and the best place for you, opportunity, a place that's going to let you play, a bigger stage, a bigger conference. If you got dreams of playing in a professional, you might have to go to a more powerful conference with better competition. That's what scouts might see. Scouts might want to see you play in a tougher conference with more elite level, basketball players. It's like that everywhere, bro. There's so much politics. There's so much money and so much things that go into where players leave and where they go. It's a lot. It's different between guys and girls who have an opportunity to play pro. Their portal decisions are a little bit different than guys who are just looking for a place. They're looking for a look. They're looking for an opportunity. They might not be elite. They're just looking for a place where they could actually get a chance to get on the field, compared to guys who have pro level aspirations who they're looking for better competition because they like that no matter where they go. No matter where they go, they him. So, you know what I'm saying? Some people are looking to move up in conference to boost their draft or NBA, NFL, whatever sport.
Her school probably Thursday, I think I'm going. We're driving down to go check out the campus and the head coach and everything. She made a tremendous decision. I'm proud of her.
Chris Tavares, 9 News.
9 News.
Nice.
Oh, Lord Jesus. 9 News. Is that the gentleman?
Hey, is there something going on with 9 News? Let me know in the chat. We got funk with 9 News. Let me know some. Is it up with 9 News? Let me know. Say no more.
Where the brother that does is that the brother that does the weather?
Yes.
9, right?
9 News.
Yeah.
Jaden.
Yeah, the brother that does the weather.
Yep.
Like they got multiple.
Coach Prime thought that was joke of the year. I'm weak. He fell out of sleep. Oh, I'm weak. He thought he was going on that joke.
Thank you, Lord. That's good. Y'all got multiple black folks in there. Y'all know better. You got one.
Jaden's good people.
Yeah, I hope so.
With the spring game wrapping up spring and
Yes,
kind of
sir.
your hands-on dealing with the team,
Yes,
what do
sir.
you want to see from them heading into summer as they start to get?
I don't want to see anybody get hurt. I want them to play hard. I don't want to sustain any injuries. We got a whole Soul Train line of guys over there working out.
Right.
Doing practice because I got to see them from now on. They don't get to go inside and work out. They have to work out so we can see them. And
That's the one thing I'm gonna say. This is real quick. I'm gonna get back to this. My bad, y'all. Hitting people in the knees, bro. It's one thing. If anybody's in Boulder and you can reach Coach Prime directly from Say No More himself, tell them corners and them safeties stop hitting the running backs in the knees, bro. Take that belt like a man. Take it. Take the belt. I already seen Michael Welsh with a little limp. Bro, like I ain't gonna like the way Fontenette hit him, bro. A 1 inch lower that he's done. I seen it, bro. I've seen 2 years in a row, one in college, one in high school. I've seen these get decapitated, taken out. Bro, stop hitting running backs in the legs. Man up, form up, hit them up high. They gonna get enough of that during the season. They gonna get hit in the legs enough. So I'm with Coach Prime. Let's get to the summer healthy. Stop chopping guys. That's your teammates. Stop hitting them in the knees, bro. Go up and get that belt. That's what it's here for.
It's a bunch of them. So we want to try to eliminate injuries because we know we have some guys coming back off injuries in the summer that's going to help this program tremendously. But I want to see them compete. I want to see the coaches make certain calls. I want to see how we do special teams wise to make sure we have the correct personnel chosen. Just want to see some guys really fight, man. Fight for what they want in life, and that's to go to the next level. But it all starts here. I want to see that.
Facts.
And, hope we get a phenomenal turnout by our wonderful fans. We have sort of the best fan base, I think, in college football. I really do. And these young men and women on this campus, they usually show up and show out. So I look forward to that as well.
Yeah, I think the tickets are free for the Colorado Spring game on Saturday too. I've already made my decision. I'll be out there for Texas Tech. So if y'all trying to rock with the kid, I'm going to the Texas Tech game. I got to see Sorsby, bro. I got to see Sorsby. I got to see that matchup. I got to see Sorsby. I got to see the Boo Carter matchup. I got to see the Julian Lewis. I got to see Sorsby. So Say No More is going to the Texas Tech game. So we out there. I'm going to be going live. I'm trying, hey, if you could tap me in, man. I'm trying to get up there and holler at the team. You know, so I'll be at the Texas Tech game. I've seen somebody's going. I seen a couple of us, a couple of the fam is going to the spring game on Saturday. I'm gonna be at the Texas Tech game for sure. You gonna know me. I'm gonna have all the Say No More drip on. Let's get it.
9 News.
Hey, Coach Tyler King with the Denver Gazette. I want to ask about Juju. Obviously, him stepping into a bigger role as a leader this year. I know learning and offense in the winter is challenging for him. Just curious how you've seen him grow both on and off the field this year.
Well, I like. Let's focus on the game. It's hard to lead. Your game has to help you lead.
Facts.
In football, I'm not talking about Juju. I'm just breaking this down for you so you understand, because you guys throw leadership roles on certain people that the game has to come before the leadership role. You can't lead in this generation, especially with new guys coming in, the multitude that we have, unless you have game. And his game is developing daily, and I'm proud of.
That's a fact. Big shoes to fill that quarterback, bro. When Shador handed in them keys, I don't think he understand, bro. He has to drive the diesel truck, and all the team got to be behind him. Now, Juju did a great job last season as a redshirt freshman. When we were turning the ball over like crazy at quarterback, he didn't turn the ball over. He looked very poised as a freshman. So I know he wanted Omarion Miller back because that was one of his favorite targets, but we got a lot faster, and that's only going to help him. Juju does very good intermediate throws, short throws. He's an escape artist in the pocket. The Scuderos, the Perrys, the Gibsons, the DeAndre Moore Juniors, they're only going to make him better, bro. And we still got Joseph Williams. We still got guys who could go get a fade ball, who could go get a jump ball in the back of the end zone. We did a lot to surround him to get better. So we should see a great season from Julian Juju Lewis coming up. If you can get a thumbs up, if you guys are in here, we're going live twice today, right? Today, I ain't going to hold you. I had a whole Sacramento State video about putting belt on Weber State. And then in the chat, they was like, bro, Coach Prime about to do his press conference. So then we slid over here, and now we're doing a reaction to Coach Prime, the press conference. But we will be back tonight at 6:30 p.m. It looks like they back in Boulder. They got some practice film to go over. So I'll see you guys tonight at 6:32 for sure. Say no more.
Strides that he's making in both, as a potential leader as well as a quarterback that we can really count on from start to finish. I'm proud of the young man.
For sure.
Just as a follow-up to that, when you
I like the look, man. I like the look. You just got to get you a pair of shades and you got it.
You know, Coach Prime doesn't throw around that leader word very too often, too. So you got to earn that L on your chest, and you got to earn that D pause on your chest as well. Pause that for sure. That was crazy. Say no more.
Doing my best.
There you
Prime.
go.
Is that what
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. Just as a follow-up to that, you talked about Juju and growing into that leadership role, but you recruited Isaac, right? And that's a football pedigree.
Isaac could play, man.
And that's what I was going to ask.
Yeah,
I was wondering if in your
Isaac
mind,
is applying.
Oh, I want to hear say pressure. Please say pressure so all these guys, so I can get back in the comments. Hey, man, you start talking about Isaac, Julian, and I want to hear Coach Prime say it. He applying pressure in Boulder. Say it, Coach. Let me hear it.
Pressure, man. But that's what you want. You want every position to have pressure.
Oh, I can't wait to go on live tonight. It's bruh. I'll save that for tonight. Oh, I'm clipping that up. Hey, we talking about this tonight. Call in tonight. I'm dropping that link. Isaac is applying pressure, and that's what you want at every position. Did we not talk about that? Did we not do a whole thing about how quarterback competitions raises the level? We did a whole live stream, 2 hours, on what quarterback competition brings to any college football team. It's been going on for 50 years. Everything always about Colorado. No, he's just, come on, bro. This is college football. Everybody competes. You a dog. Thank you, Coach Prime. God, so now I ain't gotta go back and forth with nobody no more.
Apply it. Like you want those battles. We got a 3-man fighting linebacker right now. These guys are really, really good, man. Like all 3 of those guys, they're pros to me. And whoever's that 4th guy, he's gonna have to come with it because it's a little gap right there. Because those 3 are phenomenal. The pass rushers on the outside. Shoot, it's got to be 5 or 6 of those guys that can get home. We need a little more pro.
Again, what we talked about on our lives right now. Spring, you can't know the starters who's going to be the depth chart is already forming. They got eyes. These are former professionals. They know. They know who right now. They know who's a starter, potential starter, who's a developmental project. And we're going to see, and we're going to start with it. And they didn't do that. The players have done that already. Guys are starting to separate themselves. I don't want to hear nothing till fall. I don't want to hear nothing. It's too early. What? Have you played football before? If you start knowing who's him early. You could just look at him and be like, that dude's better than me. Clearly, he's better than me. He does everything better than me. And with Coach Prime, the way his eye is, he already in his. That's why underneath them shades, it's already, you guys seen Dragon Ball Z before? He's already scanning their power levels underneath that. Coach Prime, these shades might as well be that Dragon Ball Z scanner. He's already looking power level about 10, power level 5,000. Some of them glasses is breaking. Some of these guys' power levels is Krillin from Dragon Ball Z. I ain't even gonna hold you. Just saying.
Productivity from the bigs on the inside. But overall, and the safeties, physical, could go get it. They can make the tackles as well as make plays on the ball. I like that. My corner's got to step it up a little bit, but I love three of them right now.
Oh,
I want to love the rest of them the same way.
Understood. Yeah. I just wanted to clarify, it's an open competition for the quarterback?
It's open competition for every position.
Gotcha.
I don't think.
I can't wait to the live tonight. Oh, everybody, tap in. Right, hey, say no more. Say no more. They've been on my bumper in the comments. You're trying to start stuff. It's people like you. It's channels like you who are always starting stuff. That's how I know you ain't never played football before.
We're sitting here saying, like I did once upon a time, 2 guys are starting, okay? I think that's the only time I've ever said that. 2 guys are starting. We know who those 2 were. It's not like that. It's not like that right now. Everybody is earning everything they get, including their money.
I also wanted to ask about the calendar because
you know how Coach Prime is about that cheese. If you watched him grow, if you been following well-off media from back in the day, they said he split $100 bill with Shiloh and Shador and said, here, you get one, you get one. So if we paying these guys type of money, they better be doing I'll save that for 6:30 tonight. Hey, be back at 6:30 tonight. We finna cook. Drop the link. Call in. It's up tonight. Thank you, Coach Prime. Thank you. Man.
A lot of discussion about the college football calendar changing in the years to come. And you've obviously been outspoken and wanting potentially another team to scrimmage against in the spring and things like that.
I think it's just only right.
Right. And so my question to you is, there's been some discussion of potentially shifting the college model to
Right.
more of a pro system where you have summer OTAs as opposed to maybe spring ball.
That's not
Would
bad.
you prefer that? Would that be a change you would want to see?
What are we going to do in the spring?
I don't know. I think
Yeah,
you
we gotta
probably
do-
have more
yeah.
winter conditioning and probably be more
Well,
extended.
you got to do something in the spring.
That's a good point.
Scrimmaging and all that. I don't know about that. I would rather, you do it in the spring. So if you incur injuries, there's time to heal.
Facts.
I really would love to scrimmage a team. I think every other sport gets that opportunity. Isn't that right, sir?
Like an exhibition.
Yeah, I think every other sport gets that. I don't know why we don't. And the problem is, Fran and I made a mistake. We shouldn't have been the first ones to really challenge that. We should have.
Yeah, he was talking about his buddy. What school was that? Clemson or Syracuse? One of those schools he was trying to get, a different team scrimmage. It's good, like, because the NFL does get to do that. They do get to go against other teams, and you see how competitive it is. You see a lot of team scuffles. You see a lot of team fights. You see all of that stuff. So that's a great point. Coach Prime has always tried to, I think that's Syracuse, right? I think that's a Syracuse coach or somebody that he's cool with off the field, that he's been trying to get an inter-team scrimmage, but the NCAA been shutting it down. NCAA, bro, we got to do better all across the board. Y'all been getting billions and billions and billions. Y'all try to control everything, bro. They don't want to pay the players. They want, you can't even get if you get a hot dog, if you get a glizzy from somewhere, you're ineligible for the season, but we making billions and millions of dollars off the players. The coaches get paid hundreds of millions. The players can't get no dimes, but they out here playing a sport like football. I'm so glad the players have power now too. It's been different. I appreciate everybody being in here. We're doing a live reaction to CU Buffs TV. This is Coach Prime's press conference. I think I'm a little behind, but I ain't tripping. I'm in here. Say no more.
Should let somebody else come up with it, then it probably would have gone forth by now. But I just think it's only right. I would like to go down the street and play a home and away against Colorado State. I think it's only right.
Oh,
yeah. I think it's a beautiful thing. We're gonna sell a stadium out. We're gonna sell their stadium out.
Facts.
It's a 2-year deal. We go home and away. I think it's appropriate. And
I like
think
that.
You guys get a lot of it, and we want to measure ourselves against not just ourselves, against someone else. Like if the offense is doing well, what does that say about the defense?
Facts.
And vice versa. We want to really measure ourselves against another worthy opponent that don't know us like they do. You don't even have to let us play a game. Can we practice against?
Facts.
Let's practice against them a couple of days, and I think we'll be satisfied.
Well, thank you, sir. Appreciate
Thank you, my man.
Coach Prime talked about a potential spring game between Colorado State and Colorado. Boy, it's going to be so many. It's going to be That is one rivalry. I would like that. I would want to go to those games because of the history between those two schools, but always thinking business savvy. That would bring a lot of revenue in for the programs. Appreciate everybody being in here. We're doing a live reaction to Colorado football Buffs TV with the Coach Prime press conference. He just said a lot of things that we're going to talk about tonight at 6:30. So get your links ready and call in. If you've been in the comments, if you were out there talking about your type of channels who's trying to tear us apart, call in tonight or call Coach Prime. Don't call me. Yeah, I'm sick of it. I love it. Say no more. I can't wait till tonight. Say no more.
Coach Jake Schwanitz from DMVR. I wanted to ask you about the cornerbacks. You spoke about, you wanting guys to make a play as opposed to not getting beat. Just
Right.
What have you seen from them so far?
I'm not going to say they're getting beat. I just want them to make more plays. That's, I think, every coach's dream for their cornerback room. We have guys that have the length, have the size, have the speed, have the...
Pause. I love you, Coach. That was crazy. Pause. But again, they've been blurring that blur out. Well-Off Media has been blurring the blur. You don't blur the blur for no reason. Big blur. Big blur LaFleur. Them boys been up there getting that Blurtherton. Blur University. Well-Off Media is getting, and Bell is getting blurred now. Telling you.
The knowledge and understanding of the game. Also, we have some young ones that are really coming on strong, and they're going to really be good if we could keep them here for 2 or 3 years. But that position, the expectation of that position for me is mighty. and it's lofty. Based on what we've had in previous years, we've had some pretty good cornerbacks under my tenure, and we want to continue. So I think we picked the right guys. We just got to get them.
He's talking about Travis Hunter. He's talking about, well, Kamani Marclain would have been probably going to the NFL. I think if he would have stayed, he probably would have had a great chance of being going to the league. But he's talking about Mojo Williams. He's talking about that boy Cree is only a redshirt freshman for sure. Let me see. Who else he talking about? At corner, Boo Carter for sure. I'm talking about younger guys. Stokes is a younger corner. But yeah, high expectations. Coach Prime talking about the high expectations he has for the cornerback room for sure. I mean, that's the position he coached, and that's what this school you going to learn under Coach Prime Deion Sanders. You got, we got to get back to two corners. That should be the staple of Colorado, bro. And it was for a minute, especially with Colton Hood. Colton Hood was under Colorado. He's about to be second. They talked. He's about to be second, third round pick this year. Travis Hunter was the second pick in the overall draft. So yeah, corners for sure.
In certain aspects of the game, they got to want it. They got to compete, and they got to go get that ball, man. They got to go get that ball. That's what it's all about.
Cree's just made a lot of plays, it seems. So
Cree is that guy. He's the number one guy right now.
So Coach Prime's not afraid to say if there's a number one guy. I didn't say it. Hey, what happened to my screen, bro? Hold on. Put that back on the stage. Why it look like that? Hold on. Come on, bro. Don't do this right now. Let me hold on real quick. Anyways, all right. Coach Prime said he ain't afraid. He said Creed's the number one guy. We talking about that tonight again. Coach Prime will say it. If there's a number one guy, oh man, y'all be on my bumper. This is college football. This is competition. If you the guy, they gonna say you the guy. We don't gotta shield and protect these players, bro. They grown men getting paid hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars. They gotta go get it. It ain't up to us to be out here. We gotta just keep it real. Come on now, say no more.
It ain't. He is that guy. Studies, he prepares, but he's just a good young man. He's what this program is about, and I love what I'm seeing from him.
Deion, Luke Evans, Denver Post. Just wanted to ask you a little bit on Robert Livingston. You know what it takes to coach the best of the best secondary in the NFL.
He's really good. He's personable, relatable, knows his stuff. I know he's not in the DC position, but his additives that he's going to give in the internal meetings is going to be really suffice. He knows his stuff. He knows what he's doing. And I'm glad that I've had the opportunity to be beside him, to call him my friend, a wonderful father as well as husband. I love everything about him, and I'm glad he had the opportunity to elevate. I truly am. That's what it's all about.
What do you think?
Salute to Coach Prime, bro. Always gonna big up the staff. He ain't gonna come up here and talk bad about nobody because he just wants the same courteous respect. When you leave gracefully. You ain't gotta go jump on Maury. You ain't gotta go on Ricky Lake. You ain't gotta go. Just if we gone, we gone. Best of luck. He deserves what he deserves. Coach Prime right there, bro. Salute for sure.
Vance and that staff, knowing how good that secondary is, would have highlighted him and keyed in on.
Say that again.
Why do you think Vance, Joseph, the rest of that staff, knowing how good that secondary is, would have highlighted him specifically? What do you think he can bring?
Well, I feel like they've had a prior relationship, and I feel like he knows inside what he's done with this program. Sometimes we get caught up in numbers and statistics and not understanding personnel and knowledge and what he brought to this program. He brought a lot, and I'm tremendously glad he, as well as others, were elevated and got to the next level. Thanks, Coach. No problem. Thank you, guys. God bless you. Carlo. See you Thursday. Thursday, what we got? Don't drink and drive. Different things boards. That the whole team signed it. Unbelievable. To all.
I didn't catch the beginning of the press conference, so I'm rewinding to the beginning of the press conference. I missed the beginning, but if you guys are in here, Coach Prime has said some things that we are going to talk about tonight at 6:30. I ain't gonna lie, this wasn't even a planned, for the press conference. It wasn't planned for me. I was literally just doing Brennan Marion dropped 55 on Weber State's head in 2025. So I was saying we got to score at least 75, 80 on their head. And then in the chat, they tapped in and was like, the fam tapped in, was like, hey, bro, Coach Prime's about to do his press conference and we come over here. Then I get to Coach Prime's press conference and he's saying things that we've been talking about on this channel. And people been on our bumper on this channel about keeping it real, talking about Isaac Wilson. He's competing. He's pushing Julian Lewis. He's talking about the corners. He's just keeping it real. And I loved it. Oh, I love it because I cannot wait to talk about it later. Because boy, oh boy, this one, hey, Hogan, this one's for you. I ain't going to say it, but bruh, that one, hold that, bruh. Get on, leave me alone. I didn't say it. I'm just calling it how I'm just keeping it real. So thank you. If you join this live, bro, you feel me? But I'm gonna see the beginning of this press conference real quick. Hold on. We're doing a live reaction to CU Buffs Colorado football. Say no more.
The coaches out there. It was unbelievable. Continue to support Dom's family and all those affected. We also review how we can support the players' education, mental health, and life decisions off the field. To this wonderful place in Boulder, Colorado, that may have had this pleasure, may have gotten a greater opportunity, may have seen that the grass is green.
Hold on. Let me see real quick. I'm gonna see. I don't know if he's talking about just the. Let me see real quick.
And several Buffs have put up a school record.
Oh, okay. He's going over all of the other stuff. But nah, y'all. Y'all know if you've been here before, you've seen on my channel what I've dealt with saying stuff about Wilson, saying he looks good, he looks in command at all. I'm gonna save it for tonight. I think that's a good place to end it right there. It's about an hour and 30 minutes. Come back on tonight at 6:30, y'all. 6:30 tonight. We back. 6:30 p.m. We talking about 6:30 tonight. We talking about Coach Prime's words. So call back in. Call in tonight. I want 5 to 10 people on the panel tonight. Call in tonight, bro. Yeah. Hey, we just did a live reaction to Brennan Marion. They dropped 55 on Weber State. We know that's one of the easier games we have on our schedule. So we got to score at least 70 to 84. They had them boys tight at Weber State. They was ready to chug them. Oh, no, it's up now because if you've been following the channel like I know a lot of us have, y'all see the comments, bro. Y'all see how everybody be coming at me. Stop talking about Isaac. Stop trying to create friction in Colorado. Stop. It's channels like yours. Come on, bro. Miss me with all that. I don't, bro. They be trying to slide your boy's name through the mud because I keep it real. And I talk about football. I don't talk about nobody's personal life. I don't talk about nothing. I talk about football. Hey, Isaac Wilson looks good. Hey, you see this tape at Utah? He's a good quarterback. Hey, he looks a little bit more comfortable. He's leading. He's being more vocal. Then you look around. Everybody. And then I just watch everybody. Stop. You guys stop. Like, bro, miss me. Stop. Hey, stop. Hey, man. Anyways, bro, like, and then bro, I'm just saying, I didn't say it. And if you play football and you know, that's what makes you great, bro. That's what brings the best out of you. But it's so, you can't say nothing. You say anything but that's over with now. That movement is done. But anyways, I'm gonna save it for tonight. I'll see y'all tonight at 6:30, bro. If you know. Hey, say no more. Appreciate you guys being in here. Download StreamYard so you can call in later. Join the channel, become a member if you want to support the live stream. Subscribe. If this is your first time, we back tonight at 6:30, bro. We out here. Say no more. Y'all be smooth. I'll see y'all at 6:30, bro. Say no more.